Okay, today we're going to look at an opening trap I used as black and caught a Grandmaster in many years ago when I was a junior player in the early 1970s. E4, E5, knight f3, knight c6. Bishop e5 denotes the Ruy Lopez. A6 is Morphy's move. There's other variations, of course, but we're just going to look at this quickly. Knight f6 attacking e4. And now instead of castling, which is typical, and playing the rook to e1 to guard the e4, my opponent played queen e2 to defend the e-pawn. And it's a tricky move. So b5, bishop b3. You can't play knight a5 so easily here to get the bishop because the pawn on e5 is hanging. So we played d6. Now he might be threatening knight a5. And knight g5 doesn't work for white here because knight d4, hitting the queen and the bishop, ends up good for black. So you stop that with c3. Plays bishop e7. And now here comes the tricky move a4, attacking your b5 pawn with the queen and the pawn. You don't really want to give the file up with rook b8, ab. You could sacrifice the pawn with bishop b7. Probably that's the best move. But I played b4, a very tricky move, inviting the following move, queen c4, which he played, threatening a devastating check on f7, queen takes f7 check, king d7, bishop e6 mate, and the knight simultaneously on c6. So it would just look like black's losing a piece. Some players might resign here, but in fact it's a trap. So you play d5, he has to take now. And now you can see that the queen only has one square on b7. And now the tricky part is you play bishop c5 with the idea of rook a7, rook to here, trapping the queen. And there's nothing white can do to undercut that idea. His best play is probably something like bishop takes d5, rook a7, castles, and black can just castle. If knight takes e5, you play rook takes b7, and you're up a queen for rook and knight, and with insufficient counterplay for white. So black has a significant edge here. I mean, it's not completely, it's still a game, but it's a good trap to know where it looks like you're winning a piece as white, but in fact, black rebounds with the better game.